You know, when we think about Norse mythology, most stories seem to stop right at Ragnarok. The twilight of the gods, all the fire, the floods. But what if I told you that's not really the end of the story? Let's dive into what happens after the end of the world.
Okay, so just picture it. The epic battle is finally over. The world serpent is dead, the grand halls of Asgard are just smoldering ruins, and there's this profound silence across the nine worlds. What happens now? Well, it's not really an ending. It's more like a new green beginning. Because from the ashes of that old world, a brand new one literally rises up from the sea. And with it comes a new generation of gods ready to claim their inheritance. Now, what's so fascinating here is that the Norse worldview doesn't really do final apocalypse. This isn't the end of everything. Think of it more like a transition, a passing of the torch to a new cosmic order, one that's been forged in the lessons learned from the old one.
So who are the first to step into this reborn world? Well, it's the heirs of its greatest protector, Magni and Modi. They're the sons of Thor, and they represent the kind of raw power you're going to need to rebuild, well, everything.
And get this, their names basically tell you everything you need to know about what this new world requires for survival. Magni literally means strength, and Modi means wrath, or you could say courage. These aren't just labels, they are the absolute, fundamental building blocks for bringing order back from total chaos. And their inheritance? Oh, it's only the single most important artifact from the entire old world, Mjolnir. By taking up the hammer, they're carrying forward the incredible legacy of its makers, the Black Elves, those master smiths who crafted all the gods' most powerful gear. So here's the crucial moment. Magni and Modi are wandering through the new green fields of Adavellir, and they find their father's hammer. Now, this isn't just them getting lucky. It's a direct physical link back to the incredible magic and craftsmanship of the Black Elves. It's a symbol that the sacred duty to protect the world, that duty lives on. And maybe most importantly, it's the one tool they need to draw a line in the sand and define order against whatever chaos is left.
And this quote just captures the sheer scale of their new job perfectly. I mean, they're not just picking up a weapon here. They are literally shouldering the entire responsibility of divine protection for a world that's just been born.
But listen, a new world can't just be built on strength and wrath alone, right? It also needs peace. And that arrives with the return of two other gods, who bring a very different kind of leadership to the table.
Because rising up from the underworld of hell, we get Balder the Beautiful and his brother Hothr. All that tragedy from their past in the old world, it's behind them now. Their return is a huge signal that things are shifting, moving away from constant war and towards harmony and restoration.
And this slide just lays out that change so perfectly. The old world, that was the reign of spears, totally symbolized by Odin and his spear, Gungnir. It was all about war and knowledge gained through sacrifice and struggle. But this new reign under Balder and Hothr, it's a reign of peace, focused entirely on healing and rebuilding a culture. So you see the balance here, right? While Magni and Modi inherited the physical craftsmanship of the Black Elves, Balder and Hothr inherit something way more intangible, the shining, spiritual legacy of the Light Elves, plus all the wisdom of their father, Odin. But now it's been tempered by loss and this incredible rebirth. Okay, so we've got strength and we've got peace. What's missing from the equation? Resilience. And that, my friends, is where our third key survivor comes in. The silent, incredibly powerful god, Vidar. Vidar is famous for one absolutely epic moment, avenging Odin by slaying the great wolf Fenrir. His survival is just so crucial because he carries forward all the essential martial knowledge of the old gods. He's basically the living memory of how to fight. Along with Magni and Modi, he forms this powerful triad of protectors, making sure this new era of peace is never ever defenseless. So what does this all mean when we put it all together? Well, these survivors aren't just a new set of gods. They're more like stewards. And they have this immense task of weaving the best parts of the past into the fabric of the future. This table gives us a fantastic summary. You've got the sons of Thor providing the muscle, the physical protection with their inherited black elf craft. Then you have Balder and Hothr leading the charge on cultural restoration, using the spiritual legacy of the Light Elves. And finally, you have Vidar, the silent guardian, ensuring resilience through all that martial knowledge. It's a perfectly balanced system. And this is where we get to the really deep meaning of all this.
When these new gods pick up the old weapons, it's not just about, who gets the cool hammer. It's about continuing a legacy. They're honoring all the technical and spiritual achievements of the past and carrying that cultural memory forward. I just love this quote. It's such a beautiful way to put it. It perfectly captures this idea that the past isn't just erased or forgotten. Instead, its most important parts, its strongest threads, are intentionally woven into the design of the new world to give it strength and give it meaning. And this is the big aha moment. This is the whole takeaway. Ragnarok was never a one-way ticket to oblivion. The entire Norse worldview was cyclical. Endings are always beginnings, and destruction is just what you need to clear the way for a more refined, a renewed creation. So, in the end, what's holding this new world together? It's the inherited legacy of the elves. Both their magical craftsmanship and their spiritual wisdom are providing the actual foundation, the structural integrity for this young, growing cosmos. This new generation of gods, they understand a profound truth, probably one their parents learned the hard way. They get that physical bodies can fall, and even entire worlds can burn, but the intent, the ideas, the craft, the culture, that is what truly lasts forever. So I guess I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. If all of that unimaginable violence and destruction was actually necessary to create this new, more balanced world, then was Ragnarok really the end of something? Or was it actually the ultimate necessary act of creation?